News 24 has created a fascinating multimedia production on political killings in KwaZulu-Natal, honing in on KwaNongoma, where councillors are being killed, and 19 councillors have been killed so far in just 12 months. We speak to the producer of this news articles, Soyiso Maliti. He's a News 24 political reporter. So, Soyiso, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Perhaps let's start in KwaNongoma, which you visited. So the municipality is in the northeastern part of Zululand in KwaZulu-Natal. It is Zululand's second largest municipality in terms of population and the second largest in terms of area size, but it's also quite large in terms of problem of political killings. What did you find when you visited the area?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your listeners. So when we visited the area, coincidentally, Minister Begicele was in KZN, specifically to address the problem of political violence. And we happened to have inside knowledge of what happened in a closed meeting he had with the councillors in KwaNongoma. So apparently in the meeting, the meeting was so tense you could cut the atmosphere with a knife. And the councillors were blaming one another, IFP councillors saying they're not killing anyone, ANC and NFP coalition councillors blaming the IFP. And the IFP basically saying, well, the ANC and NFP coalition councillors are killing themselves. So it's accusations and counter-accusations.
Yeah, that is quite fascinating because the NFP, some of their councillors, we actually spoke to them a couple of months ago, have since even gone into hiding. There is a word that is used that when there's a hit out on somebody, it's called a tournament in KwaZulu-Natal. How does that work?
Absolutely. So apparently it's a Zulu term, isteki, which translates to tournament in English. So it just shows how debased the councillors themselves and those who are behind these hits are. A tournament is, as I said, a tournament's a hit. So they'll put out money for a hit on a person they consider problematic.
Tell us about the court case that is giving credence to what the IFP is saying in terms of the NFP and ANC councillors killing themselves. What is that about?
So after the death of their leader, the NFP's leader, the IEC wanted the NFP to get its house in order. And they went to court and they won the court case, which basically bars the NFP from participating in by-elections. So this means that when an NFP councillor dies, the party cannot contest in a by-election, which puts the party in a bit of a predicament. As you can see now, councillors are dying left, right, and centre in KwaNongoma, and specifically the IFP is affected. One example of how this court order has pinned the NFP against the wall is the shooting of Councillor Mr. Mangele. Fortunately, he survived. He survived an incident in Nongoma, shooting in Nongoma. So what happened is, apparently, on the day that he was shot, the NFP, the IFP, submitted a motion of no confidence. So this is according to people who were in that closed meeting with Minister Begicele. So Minister Begicele is also aware of this. It just goes to show you how that court order is being used to pin the NFP back.
What is the prize here? Is it just about power? Is it just about money? What is the prize? Because you've got children who are left homeless, and we'll get into the families that you spoke to, the ones who are surviving anyway. What is at the heart of it? What's the end goal?
At the heart of it is power, money, and influence. The families are a second thought to the people who are behind the killers.
Let's talk about Let's talk about the families that are left and some of the incidents where in one home a grandmother was sleeping, who is a councillor, who happened to be a councillor, but she was sleeping with her grandchild, and they came and they murdered her in front of that child.
So that is Mrs. Mchunu. She was a 75-year-old councillor in Nongoma. She was with the NFP. So the killers stormed the house and shot at her and her grandchild. But fortunately, the child was out of the hospital on the day that she was buried.
Thank you so much, Soyiso Maliti, political reporter with News 24.